And welcome to Star Wars for 100 Days, the ultimate fan countdown leading up to the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens. Every single day we're getting closer and closer to the release of the 7th chapter in the greatest sci-fi saga of all time. In fact, we are a mere 13 days away from The Force Awakens. For every student, there must be a master, and one of the greatest characters from the Star Wars universe, I believe, is Obi-Wan Kenobi. By today's standards, a character like Obi-Wan Kenobi might seem a little stock. He's basically the typical martial arts master. The guy with the long Fu Manchu who likes to wave it in the wind, frickin' Pai Mei style. The thing is, Obi-Wan Kenobi is sort of like an amalgamation of all of these characters in one, and even today, we see a lot of inspiration from this character, especially if you watch a lot of anime. Master Roshi from Dragon Ball, frickin' Netero from Hunter x Hunter, Genryusei Yamamoto from Bleach, not to mention Jiraiya from Naruto. They all take a page from the Obi-Wan Kenobi book, not only acting as the masters of some key characters and teaching the ways of their special powers, but also eventually making the ultimate sacrifice. Except for Master Roshi, he just likes looking at dirty magazines. In my personal and humble opinion, Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite Jedi from the entire series, and it doesn't really have too much to do with Ewan McGregor's portrayal of the character. While I think he did a really great job in the prequel series, I just don't think the dialogue was all that sharp. I do have to admit, though, he did have some dialogue and some interactions with some of the other characters that did make me chuckle quite a bit, which is cool because they actually kind of did a pretty decent job of displaying Obi-Wan Kenobi's dry wit. No, my friends, it's the classic version of the character that I definitely claim to, the one who was played by Sir Alec Guinness. He did such a fantastic job at playing this old, wizened wizard. He came across as all-knowing, mysterious, and pretty badass all at the same time. This version of the character, without a doubt, is completely instrumental for Luke Skywalker actually becoming a Jedi. He's the one who sort of pushes him into the Force, so to speak. However, in the very first Star Wars film, he is seemingly defeated by Darth Vader, although this was simply all a plan of Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was at this point that he became one with the living Force and was able to communicate with Luke Skywalker. Now, this is the part of the series where Obi-Wan Kenobi just starts to turn into a completely different character. Mostly the same in Empire Strikes Back, where he's guiding Luke to go to the Dagobah system, but I always hated that dialogue in Return of the Jedi when he finally reveals that Darth Vader is indeed his father, Leia is the sister, and how this was all sort of his from your own certain point of view, like, perspective. I always thought that was a lot of bullcrap, especially how he said Darth Vader was the one that killed his father, and he said, that's true, from a certain point of view. Even Luke Skywalker questions it. It's kind of a weak storytelling element, but honestly, that's really the only negative I have about Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think he's a pretty amazing character, and just like a lot of the other classic characters from the series, you can absorb him in a number of different ways, from the movies to the TV shows. He even has a small cameo in Star Wars Rebels, which is pretty freaking awesome. I especially loved him during the 2003 series Star Wars Clone Wars. His battles with Dirge were absolutely amazing. I especially loved seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi when he was in the Clone Trooper armor. I always thought that was probably my favorite looking version of the character. But still, that's what's so great about Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's sort of like the archetype of the classic master. He really is a classic character, played expertly by Sir Alec Guinness, and definitely, I think, one of the most memorable, if not most memorable, Jedi from the series. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's definitely one of my favorite characters, but what about you guys? How do you feel about the character? Do you like him more in the prequel series? Do you like him more in the more original trilogy? Do you think they're going to reference Master Obi-Wan in the upcoming films? From what I understood, it looks like Luke Skywalker is going to sort of turn into that character. He's even growing out the Alec Guinness beard, which I think is pretty freaking awesome. He's definitely learned from the Master. Aside from Obi-Wan Kenobi, do you guys have another favorite Jedi from the series? Please tell me why in the comment section below. And make sure to tell me what you want to see from Star Wars The Force Awakens. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.